Hey everybody, SlickFrame James here, back with another interview with Nintendrawer. For those of you who don't know, I speak her answers for her because, in her own words, she's too shy to speak into a microphone. Today we've got a very special treat for you. With this interview, we're not only going to be showing off her sketches for my artwork, but I'm also going to be asking her questions all about her original characters. These include Laura, Peter, Marc, Mario and Luigi's parents, and Daisy's parents. She's going to be filling us in on what inspired their personalities, character designs, and more. Not only that, she's also going to be telling us all about her beginnings as an artist, her family, how she came up with the name Nintendrawer, her thoughts on DeviantArt, and what inspired some of her most popular comics. She's even going to share a little advice for aspiring artists. So, if you're a huge fan of hers, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. How are you doing today, Monica? I'm doing alright. And she put a little smiley face emoji. So how long have you been drawing for? Can you remember any of your first drawings? I remember around grade 2, but my mom told me I started before that. Some of the earliest drawings I remember were Garfield and Snoopy/Peanuts related drawings. I also remember drawing a lot of rainbow fish. I think because I like the shiny scales in the book. Yeah, I remember reading that book. I also remember a few episodes of the cartoon. So, what kind of kid were you in school? Were you an introvert like me? It's weird. I was and still am extremely shy, but once I got used to my class every year, I was kind of a goof in class and cracked jokes at teachers. Mainly around grade 5 through 8, then in high school I was quiet again. Are any of your friends and family artists? My mom used to draw when she was young. We still have some posters that she made for me and my bro when we were really young. She drew some Disney and Land Before Time stuff for us. When did you start going by the name Nintendrawer? I started going by that name back in 2007 when I joined DeviantArt. And I only came up with that name because the username that I wanted was taken. And I can't even remember what it was. How has sharing artwork on the internet changed over the years? For example, how have DeviantArt and Tumblr changed? I mean, I still enjoy DeviantArt, but it's not the same as it used to be. There isn't as much interaction like before. It feels like when I'm there, I'm just waiting for a tumbleweed to bounce by. Still, I look forward to posting there, and I made a lot of friends there, so I can't imagine leaving. Who are your favorite artists? Are there any on DeviantArt that we might know of? Off the top of my head, Jim Davis, the creator of Garfield, and Yoichi Kotabe, the original 2D Mario artist, really stood out to me as a kid. Even before I got into Mario, I really enjoyed the artwork, mainly because of the Koopalings and Yoshi. I liked my animal characters a lot. As for DeviantArt, I'm bad with names, so to save me the trouble, I also really admire a lot of my friends' work. The Bourgeois man, sorry, I don't know how to say that. Psycho, Yoshiman1118, Nat Silva, and many more. Yeah, I've seen some of Psycho's work, and also Yoshiman1118. I remember the first piece of Psycho's artwork I saw was the comic with Luigi and Daisy alone at home. Gets pretty steamy. And I won't go into any details because I want to keep this video monetized. Moving on. It seems like you spend a lot of your time drawing. Do you have any other hobbies or interests? Aside from gaming, I enjoy going for walks, especially in the fall, coin collecting, and anything related to animation, like behind-the-scenes videos and documentaries. Yeah! What was your first video game, and what was your first gaming system? I don't remember the game, but it was on the Sega Master System, and it was, I guess, Sega's version of Duck Hunt. I remember a level in the woods and shooting spiders and other creatures. I sucked at it and pressed the gun right on the screen. Another game I also played a lot on the system was Wonder Boy. I loved that game. I have never heard of that game. Which was your first Pokemon game? Do you have a favorite game in the series? On that note, which Pokemon are your favorite? I'm the original Pokemon generation. I had red version while my brother had blue. My bro got first dibs cause he's a butt. Just kidding. My favorite games in the series are Red and Blue, Gold and Silver, and Black and White. Some of my favorite Pokemon are Raichu, Wigglytuff, Ivysaur, Oshawott, Wartortle, and honestly, many more. These are just some off the top of my head, but grass Pokemon are my top favorite types. Yeah, I remember I got Pokemon Blue for Christmas, I believe, and I traded it with some kid in Hawaii for a crappy James Bond Game Boy Color game. Really regret doing that. Didn't know I was getting gypped. But, I ended up getting Pokemon Yellow, so, it's not the end of the world. You're a huge fan of Mario. Do you have a favorite and least favorite game in the series? Least favorite, I'd have to go with the new Super Mario Bros. Games as a whole, for obvious reasons. Favorites, I think I mentioned them in another video, but Super Mario Bros. 3, World, 64, and Odyssey for the mainline entries. Yeah, here's to hoping they stop making new Super Mario Bros. Games. They're really not new anymore. They're stale. So, what other fandoms would you say you're a part of? I'd say the Splatoon fandom. I'm always interested in seeing Splatfest ideas and concepts for a third entry by fans. I guess also the Pokemon fandom in a way, but mainly because I love seeing Fakemon designs. Or Fakemon? Fakemon? I don't know how to pronounce that, sorry. What are your favorite stories, such as books, TV shows, movies, video games, etc.? I love comedies, thrillers, and horror, especially ghost stories. I can't get into books much, like actual stories. I have a hard time visualizing while reading. It'd have to be like along the lines of art, gaming, and about a person or event. Comics are more my speed. And I mainly read Garfield, Spider-Man, and of course, Mario. I'll probably give the Splatoon manga a go. Yeah, I think my favorite comic book series of all time is Calvin and Hobbes. Definitely. I used to love reading those. I don't read a lot of comics or manga, but I have a very strong affection for Calvin and Hobbes. Do you have any favorite non-Nintendo games? Resident Evil Remake. I love everything about that game. It's just so good, and I always go back to it. It's one of my favorites in the series, and it's what introduced me to survival horror. How's work on Meet Zamario's coming? Would you say you're satisfied with the direction it's gone? Yeah, it's coming along better than I expected. It feels kind of surreal to finally get to certain parts of the story that have been floating around in my head for years. I'm satisfied with the direction and proud of what I have so far. I just hope you guys enjoy the last few pages and that the ending will hit the right notes. What about your Super Mario Bros. Comic? Not to overwhelm you with pressure to work more, considering how hard you already work. But do you have plans to continue that series? Super Mario Bros. Oh my god. Yeah, I do plan on finishing it. I just needed to get Meet Zamario's out of the way first, in order to fully put my brain to work on it. I made it this far. I ain't quitting now. I love your Pranksters comics. How do you come up with the pranks the Mario Bros pull on each other? Are any of these based on real-life experiences you've had? First off, thanks. Honestly, I have no idea how some of the pranks came to mind. I guess some of them are just common in media and I put my own spin on it. I don't know what was going through my head with the fart button, but it's a fave of mine, just because Mario isn't even sure if it's working or not. Part 3 has been swirling through my brain here and there, and I really want to work on it. As for experiencing these myself, I don't think I've been pranked much. I do mess around with my bro, so if anything, I'd be the one doing the pranking. I did a few times to my mom as well. Tell us about your original Mario characters. How would you describe each of them? What inspired their personalities and character designs? I grew up in an Italian household, so I just based the bros' parents on my own family members. I observe some of the silly things they do and say, and throw it in if there's something good. Marco is more based off two of my uncles, one for his chill side and the other for when he gets mad. Luis is more or less my mom, but with other traits from my aunt, her sister. Marco is an easygoing guy for the most part, but can get loud when upset or frustrated. He loves to eat, clearly. Is a little clumsy, but he does care for his family and would do what he can to help or make them happy. But of course, he can also be stubborn at times. His design was just Mario, but older, and with slight differences so they don't look exactly alike. The nose is smaller, and he's got such nice curly/bouncy hair. Luis is a friendly and upbeat person who is usually very positive and encouraging towards friends and family. When irritated, she can be blunt, but more so towards her sister, and she has a habit of babying her sons. Her design was tricky because I needed her to have some physical traits so she could look related to the bros, but without the obvious huge nose. So I made her eyes look just like Mario and Luigi's, unlike other female characters like Peach and Daisy, and her head shape is like Luigi's to show where he got that physical trait. For her hair, I was like, curly and bouncy like Marco. As for the kids, their personality traits are more in line with the bros and princesses. Marc is a jokester, wants to go on adventures, and is easygoing, like Mario. Peter is calm and thinks things through, and is generally more responsible, like Peach. And Laura can be loud, curious, shy with others, and like to mess with her dad when she gets an opportunity. So she has traits from both Daisy and Luigi. For Marc and Peter's designs from the get-go, I didn't want to give them a big nose like Mario, so they got little round noses, and their hair is a mix of Mario and Peach. With Laura, females are always tricky when it comes to giving them traits from Mario and Luigi. Once I got the head shape down and the hair with just enough Luigi-ness, I was like, yeah, she looks enough like Luigi. Clearly takes more after Daisy. Daisy's parents are your typical high-class snobby types. They mean well and want the best for Daisy, but they are very strict in proper etiquette, especially since she's a princess. Richard is more lenient towards her, and they share sporting activities together, especially golf. She can talk and joke around a little more with him, while her mother is a bit harder to connect with. For the designs, I tried to stay away from having Lillian look too much like Daisy, but in the end I failed, and it ended up looking that way until I redesigned her. With Richard, I don't know why, I don't know how, but that tuft of hair he's got was just something throughout the brainstorming process that always stayed. I liked it a lot, and seemed very Mario-y. By the time I actually gave him some color, I was like, wow, he looks like Chuck Norris. So that's been a running gag with him. Laura is probably the most popular, right? If so, why do you think that is? I think it's because Luigi and Daisy are a really popular pairing, maybe her design, or maybe the idea of Luigi having a daughter is cute in general. Those would be my guesses. That, and also I think I did more with her back then compared to the boys, so people got attached to her. Yeah, I gotta say, Laura has some really cute moments, like that time she and her friend were playing that really inappropriate song on the piano. Alright, so next question. Why is Daisy's dad, King Richard, such a... Richard? Well, I have my reasons, and I'd like to get into them more in a mini-series, so I can't say too much right now, but some of it really is just him being an overprotective father. A trope, yes, but Eventually, Luigi and Richard will be good with each other, and they can even be like a buddy duo or something, but for now, he's gonna be grumpy. Have you done any comics with Peach's parents? How would you describe them? Forgive me if you have, I haven't seen any. I haven't yet because I'm trying to finish other stuff first. I also didn't create them. Credit for Peach's parents goes to my friend Psycho. If I have an idea on a comic or a personality trait, I usually run it by her to get an okay. I think she's usually fine with whatever I do. George, to me, looks like the fun, yet reasonable type, and tends to stay level-headed, when compared to Marco or Richard. Melody looks like she wants to help everyone in her kingdom in any way she can, is very soft-spoken, and welcoming to anyone, and probably enjoys playing music because, well, it's in the name. You've done a few dirty drawings of Mario characters. I really like them. Do you have a favorite? I try to stay clean now. I mean, I'll probably still throw in a mature joke every now and then. A favorite one, though? I'd have to go with Late Night Shopping. Me and my friend Psycho collabed on that one, where Luigi is buying items on Daisy's shopping list, and one of them is... an adult item. Nothing crazy, it's just for a dumb laugh. Okay, one question about me, because I'm a selfish piece of crap. Why is it that I'm your favorite commissioner ever? 'Cause you make the silly voices, and I like that a lot. Oh. I imagine she wanted me to read that in Mario's voice.
'Cause you make the silly voices, and I like that a lot. Ravioli.
Yeah, that's better. She'll probably like that better. Let me know if you like that better, Monica. So, what do you see yourself doing in the future? Do you have any goals or dreams that you'd like to make a reality? Any plans for the near future? In regards to art, a dream would be to work full-time online in making these comics. I have lots of stories I want to work on, but alas, the real world takes a majority of my time and energy. Lay sad. If I can reach that goal, that would be awesome. But all things take time, and if it happens, it happens. Well, thank you very, very much for this interview, Monica. And thanks as usual for being such a fantastic inspiration for so many of us. I get comments on YouTube every now and then from fans saying that you inspire them to become artists as well. To close things out, do you have anything to say to them? I see them, and it always touches me. I'm super soft when I read these things. Firstly, I want to thank you all for the kind words. They really keep me motivated to make more content, and it's nice to know that they're appreciated. I put a lot of work into these comics, and knowing you guys are enjoying them this much means the world to me. I never would have thought that so many people would be enjoying something I put together. Heck, I didn't even think I could put together comics like this. It just feels surreal still that people say I'm part of their nostalgia, or I got them interested in art or Mario in general. Feels like yesterday I was a kid looking up to artists I enjoyed. I guess what I can say is really keep practicing. Find a style that works for you, and any idea you have, try to put it out on paper. Don't be afraid of what others think, because your idea might be something that many people down the line will enjoy and feel inspired by, fan art or not. Most importantly, have fun while you're drawing, brainstorming, and sharing. I wish all the best to anyone who is just starting out in art. I know you can do it. All good things take time. Whew, man, that is the longest interview I've ever done. Whew, I'm just gonna go get a glass of water. I think Monica wants me to read her lines just to suffer. Not really. I'm just gonna go sit down and relax. Wait, no, I gotta edit this video. Hope you guys like the interview. I'll see you later.